Okay, somehow you can hear me. Today I wanted to talk about, I didn't want to talk about anything, I just wanted to speak about what I've been up to. For example, right now I'm doing steps again. Let's talk about the idea of it never ending. This is the never ending journey. A lot of people are on this journey because they want an end goal. When it comes to fat loss, they just want to lose weight, they want to get shredded, they want to not look as miserable as they look right now, or as miserable as they think they look right now. And that's basically it. That's why most people are on this journey. They're on this fat loss journey. And that's the exact reason why so many people fail. They don't understand that this is an infinite game. An infinite game consists of you just showing up no matter what happens. You keep showing up no matter what happens, okay? Even if you have the result, you keep showing up. Now that's something that a lot of people don't understand. And that's why they just, when they get the physique even that they wanted to have, or they get some decent level of results, they will just quit. It's like that for a lot of people. And this is why we have to be action driven instead of results driven. So many people sabotage their entire journeys because of them not seeing the result that they want, even though they're committed to the action and they're showing up every single day. But they don't understand that the results keep varying. Every single day you're going to have a different weight. Every single day it's going to go up and down. Some days it's going to go up because you consumed more sugar than you should have. You know, you stayed in a calorie deficit, but you consumed more carbs and you consumed more sugar, and your body held more onto the water weight. You know, our body, it's made for survival. Why it holds on to water and it makes you look heavier than you are right now is because of survival reasons. When you eat more carbs than you should, or you consume more sugar than you should normally as a human being, it will spike up your cortisol, your stress. And once that spikes, your body thinks that you're in a survival situation. And that's why it will hold on to the water that you have inside of your body. A lot of people get stuck there. They do 14K steps on a day. They're in this calorie deficit. They tracked everything. They did everything perfectly. And then the next day they wake up and they look at the weight and they're heavier than they were yesterday. Wow. And then they're like, oh shit, it doesn't work. It's going completely in the opposite direction that I wanted. I'm not even at the same weight, right? I've just even gone up. And that discourages them. And I understand we're humans, right? We get discouraged by these kind of things because it doesn't fit into the logic that we have, right? We think A plus B is equal C. You right now plus that doing the actions equals results or fat burned. But right now it doesn't kind of add up. So you think this is like a logical fallacy, and then you make up excuses like, oh, I'm not made for this, my body is different, my metabolism is different, I store fat differently, my body is different, it's different from my situation. I'm a very in a unique position where I'm different. You're not. For everyone it's the same thing. Others just don't give a shit about the varying results. They're just smarter and they see through the smoke screen, right? They see behind what's behind the smoke. They can see that. They can see that this is just like a small thing, that it just disappears, after a few days. Your body has less water, if you don't consume as much sugar and carbs as you're doing right now. If you eat whole foods for most of the time, and for the last 20% of the meals that you eat every single day, you have all the junk food, then you're going to be fine, and your body is going to show your true weight in the morning after peeing and shitting. After you do that, come and stand naked on the weight scale, and you're going to see your true weight. But most people just get stuck there. just because they don't see the results fast. But it's normal. I can understand why it happens for a lot of people, because when you are fat, you want things fast. You wanted pleasure fast from food, from junk food. That's why you ate that much junk food, you know? You wanted pleasure fast. And in the exact same way, you want results fast when it comes to weight loss. And that's what holds so many people back, is just wanting results fast. If you just understood that, yeah, I'm gonna do like, if you did, okay, I'm gonna give you a plan right now, okay? If you did 5K steps every single day for a year straight, or let's even skip the steps, okay? If you were in a 400, I think 400 is a comfortable place, okay? If you ate in a 400 calorie deficit, so here's your maintenance, you eat 400 calories less than your maintenance. Find out your maintenance by tracking your weight every single day and tracking the food that you eat every single day. Make sure it's like not altered that much. You know the exact foods that you're eating. Keep replicating that. I'm gonna say, bro, it's guaranteed that you lose like 30, 50, whatever pounds in a year. You know why I know this? It's because it makes perfect sense. Makes absolute perfect sense. You just take the action every single day and you don't change the plan that you're on for 6 months straight, you're bound to lose weight. It's as easy as that, but most people just make it so complicated. You know, they see they're on a weight loss plan. First off, they start very extreme, and that's why they can't stay consistent. Second, what they do wrong is that they see that, okay, this plan is too hard, and they make it a little bit less, right? And then they keep like repeating the plan again, and they see, this is a lot more than I thought I was. It's very hard, and it's leading to me binging every single night, you know? So what they do is that they don't keep reducing the plan. They either give up, or they see that their weight isn't actually changing on the weight scale. So what they do is they increase it even more. You know why your weight is not going down that much is because your cortisol is so spiked. You know, cortisol, when your cortisol is spiked, when you're stressed out, your body holds on to the weight. I explained it like 3 minutes ago. But most of you guys, you probably think, I know what you said, you know? You don't have to repeat yourself, but this is the thing. Most of you guys didn't even understand what I meant. When you're so stressed about weight loss and losing weight, and you're constantly thinking about it, and you're constantly looking at your belly, and you're constantly frustrated after you shower and you look at your physique, and you're sad about this, and you're thinking, why am I like this? Why is it so easy for other people? Why is it like this for me? You're bound to fail because you're so stressed. Your body holds onto the water, and it becomes harder to lose weight if your cortisol is spiked all the time. All the people that lose weight effortlessly, they don't even think about it. They've just made this a part of their lives, and they've made it so enjoyable that they can do this every single day. They want to do it every single day. It sounds really like impossible to you right now, but look at this beautiful place that I'm at. You know, how do I not want to go out when the weather's like this, and I'm on this like beautiful route that I like to go on every single day? Now, in the beginning, it was hard. Yes, it was hard in the beginning, but now it just became a routine. I keep listening to music. I stop myself from thinking that much, you know? I just keep wandering inside of my thoughts, keep daydreaming. Who cares? I don't have to listen to a shitty podcast or listen to some like audiobook so I can become more productive, or learn more or consume more whilst I'm just doing this activity, you know? I want to make it enjoyable. I can mix in pain with pain. You can mix in, for example, something that I don't enjoy is an audiobook or a podcast, listening to a podcast. I don't really enjoy that. Back then, what I did was I was doing like 15 to 20k steps every single day, which is you're making yourself suffer if you're doing that every single day, bro. If you're obese or you're overweight and you're doing that every single day, like, I'm telling you, you're making yourself suffer more than you need to suffer. Okay, this is already hard. You're just making it too hard for yourself. On top of that, what I was doing was I was trying to listen to some like podcast of biographies of all these successful people, and I was thinking, yeah, this is going to be so good, I'm going to learn plus do the steps, two birds, one stone. But it's just retarded. It's just retarded. Let me be real with you, man. I'm telling you, you can't mix in something that you hate with another thing that you hate. Right now, I don't really like doing steps. I enjoy this route. It's become a routine, but let's be honest, nobody really enjoys doing like steps every single day. But what I enjoy is music, listening to music. So I mix in the music with the steps to make it more pleasurable, to make it more enjoyable. But all you do right now is just make it harder for yourself. And that's why you cannot stick to the plan. And that's why this is going to become a finite game for you. You're going to keep trying to optimize your plan more and more. And this is why you're procrastinating right now. This is why you're watching this video and you're not doing your walks. You're not tracking your food. You've literally almost like gave up on this fat loss journey because you've made it too hard for yourself and you're trying to be a perfectionist. I was the same. It was the same thing for me. The same thing. Okay, I wanted to lose weight very, very fast. I wanted to lose, like, it's taken me 7 months of not consistent. It was like 3.5 months of real consistency. So it was from like 28th August 2025 till the literal last day of 2025, 31st December. I lost about like 23.6 pounds. So that's very above average level weight loss. Okay, it's I think it was 1.3 pounds per week. And now after that, it just kind of slowed down because I started to focus more on documentation and social media and posting like 1 to 2 reels per day, 15 stories on top of that, 3 YouTube videos per week. So I was more focused on that. I've just made some changes and I realized, yeah, I need to focus more on weight loss, man. Like, the level of whatever position that you're in your life, what determines that position is the level of self-development, the personal development that you have done. Okay, so for the past like 4 months almost, I've not really seen that much significant weight loss because I've been focused on documentation and social media. But right now, I'm getting back to fat loss, and now it's become a priority. Now I'm doing the steps. Today I'm gonna do like 14k steps. I'm already on 7.7k, so it's just almost like I'm over the half point. But yeah, it's just nothing. It's chill. I'm not frustrated about the shit. I'm not trying to like listen to an audiobook or some shit like that, bro. It just gets me frustrated when I see so many people just making themselves suffer for nothing. They're on a treadmill, their incline is on the top here, on the last incline possible, just walking on such a fast pace. Look at how fast I'm walking. Be chill, bro. I'm telling you, chill. This is how you make this effortless. This is how you lose so much weight that you're not even thinking about it and you're losing weight at the same time. This is the exact way. You just create a plan that you can do every single day, and if you don't know what plan you could stick to every single day, what's the level, what's the pace for you, then do exactly this. Okay, create a Google Sheets. You add in steps, calories, and protein. Do that. Track every single day how much you do. Okay, how many steps you do, how much calories you eat, and track that for a week straight. Whatever day you found the easiest to be most consistent on, or whatever day you were the most consistent on, keep replicating that day, and then keep experimenting for like another week just to see where you are right now. I'm gonna make like a Loom video on this, where I'm just gonna share most of the trackers and things like that I've done. But it's not that complicated tracking, okay? You don't have to track the time that you wake up or the time that you go to bed. Like, I personally do that, the time that I wake up, but I just do it because it's just like mental masturbation inside of my head. You know, it's nothing real special. I don't really think about that shit that much. It's just something that I do just as fun, you know? But I'm just gonna head back that way, because there's a lot of cars just going this way. Make that Google Sheet right now. Just track the calories, track the steps. The thing that I've found, like, there's hierarchy of activities when it comes to weight loss, okay? What like burns the most fat, what burns the least fat. The thing that's gonna be the killer thing for the fat is going to be the calorie deficit, okay? Food is energy. Calorie just means energy, okay? It's just a word that we've invented for energy, how much energy you consume. And how much energy you burn, how much energy you consume, that's all what determines your fat loss, okay? Even fat is just energy, unused energy around your body. That's it. Your body has stored up energy around it, and you want to use that energy. That's it. That's all that fat loss is, simplified. In the most simplest way, that's what it is. People overcomplicate so much shit. They put in so much. Oh, you have to, like, I heard some guy say, like, oh, you have to think about the amount of fiber that you're eating, or the amount of carbs that you're consuming, lower the amount of carbs that you're consuming. That's all bullshit. I'm telling you, that's all bullshit. I've tried all of that shit, okay? I've tried being on a ketogenic diet. I've tried doing the biohacking shit. I've tried doing the remove all the estrogenics from everything. Try not to wear like polyester clothes. Try to wear cotton, you know. They're trying to emasculate you with microplastics and shit like that. I've tried all of that. All of the methods that almost are out there, bro. I've bought so many courses. I've bought so many PDFs. I've bought coaching, and the coaches were like so shit. I'm telling you, this space needs some like good coaches. I've seen one guy out there on Instagram, and he's very good, but he's only doing it for like women. And I want to be the guy who does it for the men as well. You know what I mean? For men, women, whoever actually needs the help. But fat loss is very simple. People just overcomplicate everything about this. You just need to make that tracker right now. Track your steps, track your calories, track your amount of protein that you're doing. Why I say protein is because, firstly, if you're a man, right? Even if you're a woman, you want to preserve the muscle underneath the fat. You don't want to like just be in a calorie deficit and the muscle is also going away with the fat, okay? You're losing the muscle. We want to keep the muscle, just lose the fat. And for that, we do strength training. On top of that, we eat high amounts of protein, about like 0.8 grams per pound of your body weight. Take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 0.8. That's the amount of protein that you need per day. And also, protein is so good, bro. Protein was the lacking ingredient when it came to me becoming consistent in the first like 15 months of my fat loss journey, where I failed the hardest. I'm telling you, I didn't take into account the protein. And I was like, yeah, calories in, calories out. You know, it's just calories. But no, protein is also very important, because protein keeps you satiated. You know, it removes the hunger, lowers, increases leptin. And leptin is the hormone that is responsible for you not being hungry. I think I'm getting it right, or I don't know if I'm getting it right, but I think that's from what I've learned and everything, from what I've consumed for like the last 2 years, I think that's what it does. Leptin like kind of blocks hunger, and what increases leptin is protein, and also what I found from drinking it for the last like 2 years every single morning is black coffee. And yeah, protein, steps. Start with a low amount of steps. If you're consistent with it, increase it. And if you feel a little bit of like irritation, If you feel like, oh, you have to convince yourself today in order to show up, then reduce the amount of steps. What are you worried about? Oh, that it takes long. If you're consistent every single day and it doesn't irritate you, why are you worried about it taking long? The time's gonna pass anyway. You know, yesterday was the start of 2026. Now we're like 4 months in. You know, it's about to become 5 months in. Like 2 months from now is like summer. You know, who cares about the time? It's gonna pass like this. Nobody cares about the time. You're so worried like of this shit taking long. But the thing is, like, time passes anyway, bro. I don't know what you're worried about. Like, it shouldn't even matter to you that it takes longer than you think, because it will always take longer than you think. Okay? Don't worry about the time that it takes. Just choose consistency over intensity. Stop the bullshit with, I want it faster. Okay? Even if you got it today, you're gonna lose the six-pack because you haven't built the consistency to keep that physique. You're gonna ruin it. You haven't built the mindset in order to keep that physique. So stop sabotaging yourself and be consistent over intense.